Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got some absolutely crazy news that could shake up the entire NFL. Yes, you heard me right. Lamar Jackson, the electrifying former MVP quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens, could actually be heading to the Dallas Cowboys. I know this is a big one, and a lot of you are probably thinking, wait, what? But stick with me, because we're about to dive deep into the possibility of this insane move and what it would mean for both Lamar and the Cowboys. Before we jump in, if you're a fan of NFL news, trades, and rumors, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss the latest updates. Trust me, you won't want to miss what we're about to talk about here. Now, let's start with Lamar Jackson. We all know that Lamar has been the centerpiece of the Baltimore Ravens offense for years. He's been a one-of-a-kind talent, redefining the quarterback position with his dual-threat ability. Winning the MVP in 2019, he's showcased everything you want in a quarterback: arm strength, accuracy, and a level of speed and agility that makes him a nightmare for defenses. But there's always been a cloud hanging over his future in Baltimore. While the Ravens and Lamar have had a long and relatively successful partnership, there have been consistent rumors about contract disputes, especially after Lamar reportedly turned down a massive extension from the Ravens. The Ravens have always been a run-heavy team, and while Lamar's unique skills have worked in their favor, there's been growing frustration about the Ravens not fully committing to a modernized offense built around his strengths. Is Lamar Jackson's time in Baltimore coming to an end? Some insiders are even suggesting that a trade might be the only solution. And that's where the Cowboys come in. For those of you who follow the Cowboys, you know that Dallas is always looking to make a big move. Jerry Jones, the Cowboys' infamous owner, is one of the most ambitious figures in the NFL, and if there's one thing we know about Jerry, it's that he'll do whatever it takes to get this team back to the Super Bowl. After all, it's been decades since the Cowboys last won a title, and the pressure is mounting for Jerry to make a splash. Now don't get me wrong, Dak Prescott is a solid quarterback. He's been the face of the Cowboys' offense for years, and he's a leader in that locker room. But here's the thing, Dak's performance in the postseason has left a lot of fans and analysts questioning whether he's truly the guy to lead Dallas to the promised land. There are moments when Dak shines, but then there are those inexplicable mistakes, turnovers, and missed opportunities that hold the Cowboys back from going all the way. Enter Lamar Jackson. For the first time in a long time, there are whispers that Jerry Jones might be ready to make a huge move for a quarterback who can offer Dallas something they've been missing for years: an elite, game-changing playmaker. Think about it. Lamar Jackson is a phenomenal quarterback, and the Cowboys have the type of offense that could help him reach his full potential. With a top-tier offensive line, playmakers like CeeDee Lamb, and a running back like Tony Pollard who has shown his ability to break big runs, Lamar could elevate this offense to levels we haven't seen since the days of Tony Romo, or even before that. If you pair Lamar with the Cowboys' offensive weapons and a solid offensive line, that's a scary thought for any defense in the NFL. Dak Prescott, for all of his talents, doesn't bring the same level of athleticism or big wave potential that Lamar can bring. The Cowboys' offensive system would change dramatically under Lamar. With his speed, vision, and ability to break off long runs, defenses would have to game plan differently. It would no longer be just about stopping the passing game. You'd have to account for Lamar Jackson's legs every single play. Imagine the mismatches he would create on play action, or even the reaction with Pollard in the backfield. It would be an offensive nightmare for opposing defenses. Let's talk about the mechanics of this trade. How would this even work? Well, first off, Lamar Jackson still has a big contract with the Ravens, which complicates things in terms of salary cap. The Cowboys would need to make room for that kind of contract, and that could mean restructuring deals with key players, or even moving on from some familiar faces on the roster. It's not an impossible task, but it would require some creative financial planning from Jerry Jones and the front office. Another possibility is that the Cowboys could part ways with Dak Prescott, clearing up a large portion of the salary cap space. The question, though, would be how much the Cowboys are willing to give up to bring Lamar Jackson in. Would they give up multiple first-round picks, maybe a player or two? We've seen other big-name quarterback trades, like the Russell Wilson deal with the Broncos or the Matt Stafford trade to the Rams, where a team is willing to part with significant draft capital. But Lamar Jackson is a different animal. He's younger, arguably more talented, and has the potential to transform a franchise. For Jerry, if it's a chance to finally bring the Super Bowl back to Dallas, I wouldn't put it past him to go all in on a trade. If this trade were to happen, the Cowboys' offense would look completely different in 2025. We've seen Dak Prescott operate the offense through the air, but Lamar brings an entirely new element with his legs. If you think about how much better teams like the 49ers and Eagles have become with versatile quarterbacks who can attack both through the air and on the ground, Lamar Jackson could put the Cowboys in that same conversation. The big difference with Lamar, though, is his ability to win games by himself. He's a playmaker, and if the Cowboys can unlock his full potential, they could be unstoppable. You'd still have the Cowboys' elite defense, led by the likes of Micah Parsons, which could take a lot of pressure off Lamar and let him thrive. With an offense that can move the ball at will and put up points, the defense would be able to attack opposing quarterbacks with all-out aggression. Now let's talk about what this would mean for Cowboys Nation. Let's face it, Dallas fans are passionate about their team. The fan base would go crazy for Lamar Jackson. He's a star, a player with the kind of hype and excitement that can electrify an entire city. But at the same time, you've got a faction of Cowboys fans who still believe in Dak Prescott. For some, moving on from Dak would be a difficult pill to swallow. They've invested so much in Dak and his leadership. But at the end of the day, the NFL is a business, and if the Cowboys want to truly compete for a Super Bowl, they might need to take a hard look at what Lamar Jackson brings to the table. And let's be real here. No matter where you fall on this issue, everyone would be watching if Lamar Jackson were to join the Cowboys. It would be one of the biggest stories in the NFL for years. If this trade happens, the ripple effects across the NFL would be massive. The Cowboys would instantly go from being a Super Bowl contender to a Super Bowl favorite. And it wouldn't just be about the Cowboys. The Ravens would have to reassess their entire future. Do they start fresh with a new quarterback, or do they double down on what they have? And then there's the NFC. A Lamar Jackson-led Cowboys team would be an absolute juggernaut. Teams like the Eagles and 49ers are already tough, but adding Lamar Jackson into the mix shifts the balance of power. The entire NFC landscape could be changed in the blink of an eye, and every other team in the conference would need to adjust quickly. But of course, this is all just speculation for now. We're still a long way from seeing Lamar Jackson in a Cowboys uniform, and a lot can happen between now and 2025. The Ravens could end up keeping Lamar for the long term, or another team might swoop in with an offer the Cowboys can't match. But if this trade happens, the NFL as we know it could be changed forever. So what do you think? Do you believe Lamar Jackson could be the missing piece for the Cowboys to finally get over the hump? Or is it just a pipe dream? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I can't wait to hear what you think. And before you go, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the Lamar Jackson to Cowboys rumors, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future NFL news. This is just the beginning, and trust me, we've got plenty more updates coming your way. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.